Cycle 16. This one's been ruminating for a few days. There's a couple design challenges here. One is all this detail on the shell here. I'm going to clean up the one drawing of all this detail on the shell, but I do not know if I'm going to try and commit to that the entire way through. We'll see what happens when I'm done. There's a lot of detail there. There's going to be a pretty big challenge to keep it consistent, but maybe I'll throw it on at the end. We'll see. The other challenge is just how those legs are attaching to the shell there. In my sketch, I just kind of threw it all together, but we'll see again how I approach that. I might just put a couple holes in the shell for those legs there. Motion-wise, like I say, I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking I'm going to go for the 1941 tortoise beats hare kind of approach, where it's not a treadmill walk exactly. It's kind of almost a hybrid where when the character lands, it's not just the legs that are going to move in a treadmill, but the entire body is going to move on a treadmill, and then the entire character can jump forward. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but I can picture it in my mind, so if you can visualize it, you can draw it. I'm excited about this one. This one's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to have the back end come up first, back end land first, back end first, back end first, and we're going to see the belly of the tortoise fox thing that we have here, and it should be interesting. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. All right, let's do this. All right. Well, I went 8 minutes over there, but I'm pretty content with that. That's that's what I had in my head. The model changed, as you can see. The arms and the legs grew quite a bit longer, but I was taking advantage of the space that I had on the screen. Really, I almost went to the top. I'm really happy with the space. The left, the right, the top space. I really used all of the page here to make this 12 drawing cycle work out. Yeah, that's that detail that I dealt with later. That turned out. I like the head the head angle change. I went for that one drawing where I completely hid the eyes. I didn't want to overdo that. The strobing on the legs was going to be a concern for me, but for the most part, I'm not finding my eyes are too confused by what's going on there. Keeping the back legs and the front legs in clear silhouette every drawing was the key to that, I think. At some point, it almost kind of turns into a bit of a Blastoise pill bug model there, rather than this kind of, hoopy shell with a straight underside. Sometimes it goes kind of more oval. But yeah, very happy with it. That turned out okay. That was a good one. And around 5 or 6 drawings in, I started falling behind, and I did a couple drawings faster, and then I just started taking my time at the end because I really wanted that cycle to hook up, and it did pretty well. The landing on the ground and going across the screen, coming in that circular formation. That turned out pretty much as I'd envisioned it. The small tail was pretty easy to deal with. The back shape, that was the big leading curve there as it was coming up. That was something I was really focusing on to try and make that work as smoothly as possible. And the feet, I mean, The feet are definitely cheated, the size. You know, you can see sometimes the back feet are like the far feet are half the size of the near feet, just to get them all clear in silhouette. And that was the only way I was going to keep reading. There was a fair amount of going in front and behind there, and really making sure that the feet that were the furthest back on the first drawing were going to be the first ones to hit the ground. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. The eyes, I kept them on model for the most part. A lot of times I find when I'm drawing the eyes without a model sheet, the eyes seem to drift apart and get closer together. But for this time, they mostly stayed there. And I'm doing this without a model sheet intentionally. I had the idea that I would keep a drawing there, either printed out or in the bottom of the screen. But I'm finding it more interesting, more challenging, more fun to just let myself draw and see where the character ends up going, and then it's almost like a self-imposed limitation of drawing myself into a corner by around drawing 8 or 9. It's like, oh, how am I going to hook up to this cycle now? And then maybe I do the drawing before the cycle hooks up, and then maybe 2 drawings before, and eventually it's like, well, I've just got one in between. I've got to try and match these up. It's a mental challenging exercise. It's one of those things that enthusiasm being a part of maintaining mental health in the long run, I think. Yeah, that was good. That was cycle 16. All right. Gonna keep going. I'm shooting for 70, so that's 54 left to go. If they all go as smoothly as this one, without, it wasn't super taxing mentally, it wasn't frustrating, it was just fun. It was just seeing, like I say, drawing myself into that corner, seeing how far I can go with it. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. More to come, and yeah, this is drawing to clean is an interesting challenge after 30 years in the industry, but it's something that it's one of those things. Always wanting to grow, always wanting to try new things. And that's the thing about animation. There's no limit to the number of new things we can try. All right, take care. Thanks.